It. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles and cousins, of course, and for all you people who like baseball offense, it's all about the pineapple. If you don't know about that, you got to go back and check out the conversation we had with John Leonard a little bit ago. It all relates to pineapple and the front row of Cardinals, and that's all I'm going to say, because if you're a pineapple nana or a pineapple papa or a grandmother or a grandfather, or better still, a baseball fan, we are so glad you're joining us tonight, because we are working our way through the 2019 playoffs of the Valley Baseball League. If you don't know anything about the Valley Baseball League, this is the wrong time to learn about it, but we will tell you that we play in the Shenandoah Valley, about 80 miles west of Washington, D.C. We play in the shadow of the Washington Nationals and the Baltimore Cardinals. And if you're a fan of the Padres, we play in their shadow, and we also play in the shadow of the Cubbies. And why am I saying that? Because you guys know by now that we've got the two Uber fans from the Padres and the Cubs right here, Aaron and Jordan. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
All right, that is your salutation. Go ahead.
One thing, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think you were meaning to say the Baltimore Orioles earlier.
Oh, what did I say?
You said the Baltimore Cardinals, sir.
Oh, did I say the Baltimore? That's because I got the front row of Cardinals on my brain, and it's all related to the pineapple I had for breakfast. So if you're looking for power at the plate, it's all about the pineapple. We used to think it was about bananas, but those Savannah bananas don't do anything like the pineapple in Front Royal. So if you're in a slump, call John Leonard, call me, we'll help you out. But tonight we're here to talk about the Charlottesville Tom Sox and the Covington Lumberjacks. And I feel like I've been felled by my bad pineapple analogies. So Aaron, please help me out here. What is happening in the South Division?
Yeah, we're just going to put all of that behind us and move forward and talk baseball in the South Division game between Charlottesville and Covington. Now, we know that Stanton beat Waynesboro, big upset in that first matchup in the South. So it's up to Charlottesville and Covington to finish their series to see who's going to make it to the finals. And yeah, this one had to go not only 3 games, but it got postponed 3 times because it was raining so much that they had to postpone this game. Finally got played on what was August 1st of last season. And I mean, it's been a good matchup. It's gone back and forth in the first 2 games. So we're going to see who comes out on top and is able to advance to the division finals.
Yeah, speaking about advancing, Jordan, who should we be watching in this game?
Yeah, Graham, there's 3 particular athletes, 2 for Charlottesville and 1 for Covington that I'm going to get to in just a sec. The sports reporter in me, though, and the story follower, story maker. Honestly, when you look at these 2 teams and everything that I've seen following them this year, and this is 2 different tales. You have one team winning pretty constantly, and that would be Charlottesville in my mind, just with all these offensive explosive victories that they've had, just blowing out their opponents. And then you got Covington, and it kind of comes down to winning ugly sometimes, where, things don't exactly work out the way that you were intending, but a win's a win. And at the end of the day, you'll take it. And here we go, winning pretty versus winning ugly. Both teams have been winning, and like Aaron said, we have to go to a game 3 for the series. It's the only round 1 series where we needed the tiebreaker. And I think it's only appropriate that it is these 2 teams, because they get the job done, and their players absolutely represent this. For Charlottesville tonight, I really want to go ahead and talk about Austin Mueller and James Ingram both, and they had some great numbers in the clutch. Mueller going 3 for 4 on the day with 2 ribbies and a run, and Ingram being 2 for 3 with a double and a home run and 3 RBIs in the game. Now, Covington, I think we talked about Jeff Taylor a pretty good amount this season, but he had another great game tonight. 3 for 4 on the day, 2 RBIs during his time at the plate. So 750 performance tonight. And again, the question is going to come down to winning pretty or winning ugly. Someone is going to win this ball game, though. Both of these teams have been very good at doing that this season.
Yeah, it's all, I might have given you the wrong impression and set you up to think it was all about the pineapple. It's all about the winning. But anyway, that's awesome. I got to tell you that this is building into what is going to be my favorite series from the 2019 season. I was thinking about, we want to talk a little bit about Aiden Nagel and let everybody know that Aaron's about to bring him to our Monday night podcast. Aaron, before I yammer on about something that's not as important as what you guys should be talking about, tell us a little bit about Aiden. What do we have in store?
Aiden Nagel is one of those players that made the absolute most of his opportunity to play summer ball. He was moving from a JUCO, looking for a home, and got an opportunity to play over the summer and did so well that he not only got to extend his playing career and go and play some more in college, but he also is playing this summer. He would have been in the Cape had they had a season this summer. So he really elevated his game by playing in Woodstock. It's just a kind of incredible story and why these summer leagues are so important for these players.
Yeah, and Aiden was the MVP from the 2019 season, but we're also going to be talking to Andrew Check, who, I don't know, arguably is the runner-up. I mean, there's two really great players last year. So Aiden will be our August 3rd podcast, and we'll finish out this 2020 Rewind season with a conversation with Andrew Check. So look forward to that. And that's really going to play into my season, what I consider I'm trying to come up with a great name. So in 2018, the Woodstock River Bandits, who had a horrible year, we've talked about it all season this year, but they came out and they played the game with the most heart. They were down to 8 players. They played the last 2, a doubleheader against the Winchester Royals, making the Winchester Royals work their way to the next round of those playoffs. Stanton's going to do something similar. I don't know. Is this the Lionheart? I'm trying to come up with the Medal of Honor. It almost wants to be the Medal of Honor game of the season, because the Stanton Braves, to me, are going to stand up and they're going to deliver one of the great performances from any baseball diamond anywhere. But hey, you got to stay tuned to check that out. But let's bring it back to the Charlottesville Tom Sox and to the Covington Lumberjacks. Anything else we want to say before we cut our fans loose and let them enjoy the highlights from this game? Take that as a no. You guys let me down. We want to let people know that if they want to see the whole game, it's in the description of the YouTube. Yeah, they can watch the highlights here. Yeah, exactly. Come on, everybody, join me. All right. We hope you enjoy the highlights of this game. If you want to see the whole thing, like everybody said, it's in the description. Check the whole thing out. It's a pretty cool resource that we have the whole 2019 season and some stuff from 17 and 18 on Facebook as well. You could say a lot of bad things about Facebook, but it's a great place to store baseball games. All right, for Aaron, Jordan, and myself, we're wishing you all perfect health, and we're wishing you all a speedy return to the baseball diamond. Until tomorrow night, stay safe, everybody. Enjoy your major league games, and if you're not getting enough fix there, check us out. All right, see you tomorrow night.
We are live on what is shaping up to be a beautiful evening here at Siva Weekly Ballpark in Charlottesville, Virginia. After 2 straight days of rainouts, the Charlottesville Tom Sox will finally take on the Covington Lumberjacks in a Game 3 winner-take-all here in the first round of the Valley Baseball League playoffs. Crawford Humphreys here alongside my good friend Nick Grossman on the Valley Baseball League Network. And Nick, Tom Sox with a 9-5 win here in Game 1 at Siva Weekly Ballpark, then travel to Covington. Final score is 12-9 in Game 2, in a game that was a lot, not as close as the scoreboard made it seem, heading towards the 1-year anniversary of that. But we are ready to play ball here at Siva Weekly Ballpark. Leading off for the Lumberjacks, number 23, Joe Fortin. And Fortin will be at second base for the Lumberjacks today from Rhode Island, comes in batting .309. Sun winds up and delivers for the first pitch, and it will be high and called ball. A few practice swings. This one is going to be chopped up, and that's going to be in the gap between first and second. Fortin will race over to second. He's going to try and stretch it to third as the ball gets away from Brock Edge and right. And that will be a single there for Baselli. So runners on the corners now for Covington. Sun gets set and delivers. This one is going to be chopped over toward third. Mueller with a throw to first, and he is going to be called safe, so a run will score for Covington. And they take an early 1-0 lead. Runners now on first and second. The throw from Mueller, not in time. The Sun delivers, and runners steal second and third, and Ingram unable to get the ball in time. So 2 runners now in scoring position for the Lumberjacks. 2 outs. He delivers, and this one is going to be hit into center field. Going back for it is Giacomazzi. And Giacomazzi will get the Tom Sox out of the inning. So Covington draws blood first. The score is 1-0. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning here in Charlottesville when we return on the Valley Baseball League Network. Mueller gets set. Williams, losing a lot of pitches outside. Winds up and delivers, and this one is going to be hit hard by Mueller towards right. And it will be a single after the quick work of Dominic Baselli to get that one back into the infield. But the Tom Sox with a leadoff hit. So Williams now in a tough spot. Tom Sox runners on first and second. The best hitter on this team up to bat, and he will hit this one over the head of Jonathan Bardich. And that will score one here for the Tom Sox. So a single from Francisco puts runners on first and second, and the tying run home for the Sox. It is now 1-1. Still no outs for Covington here in the bottom of the first. Holinka on deck for the Tom Sox. He will follow up McDyer as this one is hit into center field. Going after it is Jeff Taylor, and he will catch it at the wall. But runners will advance for the Tom Sox after tagging up. So the Tom Sox take their first lead of the game as Giacomazzi comes home. It is now 2-1.
We've grown accustomed to it the past couple of days.
It will definitely cool things off as Bardich hits this one into center. Going out after it is Giacomazzi, and he will make the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for the Lumberjacks. A solid inning of work for Ethan Sun, and we will head to the bottom of the second. Tom Sox still lead 2-1. He has been so far, and looking to find some rhythm as Veggie Johnson hits this one into left. Going after it is Pedro Nazario, and he is not able to make the over-the-shoulder catch. So a double to lead things off in the second for the Tom Sox from Veggie Johnson. Williams gets set, delivers, and this one is going to be hit over the head of Joe Fortin by Mueller, and he will score Veggie Johnson from third. So the Tom Sox take a 3-1 advantage here in the bottom of the second, and Mueller his second hit of the day in 2 at-bats. As Williams awaits on the mound. Williams delivers, and this one is going to be hit towards right by Holinka, running after it as Dominic Baselli, and he is able to make the grab. As Williams winds up and delivers and catches Garza swinging there. So that will end the inning, 3 up, 3 down for the Tom Sox. Unable to add on, but they still hold a 3-1 lead. We'll be back with the 4th inning of play on the Valley Baseball League Network. Baselli from George Washington batting .301, 3 home runs, 26 RBIs, and he grounds that one over the pitcher's mound. Sun unable to get that, and McDyer not in time. So Giacomazzi will pick that one up and throw it back, but a leadoff single to get things going as he gets set with a early base runner, and he sets up to bunt there. Mueller running over from third. The throw over to Thomas Francisco is in time. Sun delivers, and that one is going to be hit in right field towards Brock Edge, who makes a diving catch to get the Tom Sox out of the inning and possibly prevent a run there from Covington. So the athleticism of Brock Edge takes the Tom Sox out of this inning. It is still 3-1, and the Tom Sox look to extend that lead. We're back after the break. Tom Sox with an early 3-1 lead over the Lumberjacks, and Brock Edge looking to extend that as he grounds the first ball he sees over towards first, and now in a foot race with Williams, and unable to get the out there. Veggie Johnson gets set and awaits the pitch from Williams. That one outside as well. And Veggie Johnson will be walked to put runners on the corners for the Tom Sox with no outs. Johns Hopkins University, first pitch on the way from Williams is going to be high, and it will bounce off the glove of Santiago. And the Lumberjacks are unable to make the play at the plate, so Brock Edge will score from third into right field for a single, and that one will score Veggie Johnson as Baselli throws that one back into the infield. So the Tom Sox now with a 2-run 4th inning, 5-1 is their lead, and the number 2 hitter Paul Giacomazzi now up to bat. Out for another inning of action, he faces the 8th hitter on this Lumberjacks order, Xavier Santiago, as he hits this one into left field. Ramon Garza unable to make the over-the-shoulder catch. He throws it to Trey McDyer at second base, who is just late in making the tag. So a double to start things off here for Covington. Nazario gets set, awaits the pitch from Sun. He hits that one over to third base, and it gets past the glove of Mueller and is picked up by Ramon Garza. But the Lumberjacks able to score their second run of the game. The score is now 5-2 with 2 outs. And up to bat, Christian Torres, the number 3 hitter. Werman delivers, and this one is going to be grounded through the hand of Jonathan Bardich. And a single to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th from Christian Holinka. Richardson gets set, Brock Edge still on deck as Werman delivers, and Richardson will hit this over the head of second baseman Joe Fortin, and running over to third is Christian Holinka. So runners on the corners for the Tom Sox as the throw to the third baseman Torres is not in time. But Richardson gets his lead back. Werman delivers, and that one is going to be Skip by Brock Edge to the shortstop. Covington in danger of a double play there, but they are not able to do it. They get Kamen Richardson over at second base, but unable to get Brock Edge at first. So the Tom Sox will score another, and the score is now 6-2 after an RBI single from Mr. Edge. On deck for the Tom Sox is leadoff hitter Austin Mueller, as this one is hit in the gap between left and center field, and it will drop for Ingram. Taking off is Fedgy Johnson. He will look to go home, and he will make it in time. So a double from James Ingram brings home the 7th run of the day for the Sox. It is now a 7-2 lead with 2 outs and a runner on second as we head to the top of the order. Austin Mueller now up to bat. Furman gets set, winds up, delivers. That one just avoiding the head of Madison Furman as Brown hits a single to the center fielder. Unless, of course, you want to put the hazmat suit on and go through all that poison ivy.
Maybe we'll tell the interns next year that's what they have to do.
Yeah, be my guest. That's a tough one. As Furman loses that one in the dirt, Brown will take off from first base. And Ingram not even attempting to make the throw over to McDyer at second. He'll toss the ball back to Furman. So now runner on second for Covington. Furman gets set and delivers. That one is going to be popped up towards Francisco at first. He runs into foul Torrey to try and get it, and able to make the catch for the 3rd out. So Covington strands a runner here in the top of the 6th inning. The Tom Sox still lead 7-2 and look to extend that. We're back after the break. Werman delivers, and this one is going to be hit down the left side by Nazario. That one will drop over the head of the 3rd baseman, Christian Torres, and that will turn into a double for the leadoff hitter, Paul Giacomazzi. Got his hit streak snapped last week in Waynesboro, but picked up right where he left off as the pitch from Werman is in the dirt, advancing to 3rd base is Paul Giacomazzi. He easily could have gotten home as that one took a weird bounce and heads over towards the Tom Sox dugout, but he is held up at 3rd base. McDyer gets set, the Liberty University product, and he belts that one into left field. Going after it is Pedro Nazario, and he makes the catch right at the fence, tagging up his Giacomazzi, and he will score after the sac fly from McDyer. So it's now 8-2 as Nazario takes a hard hit against the outfield wall, but able to get the 2nd out of this inning. Hlinka looking to fight back here in front of definitely a big UVA crowd, but Hlinka swinging a miss there, gets the strikeout for Werman. So Werman gets the Sox out of the inning, but not before they tack on 1 to their already big lead. 8-2 is your score. We head to the 7th inning of play when we get back on the Valley Baseball League Network. It's Jonathan Bardich for the Lumberjacks. Bardich quickly hits the first pitch he sees from Furman and hits that one directly to Paul Giacomazzi in center field for out number 1. Maselli gets set. The delivery from Furman, and that one catches Maselli looking for a strikeout. So 3rd out of the inning comes via strikeout from Madison Furman. That's his 2nd scoreless inning of work, and the Tom Sox hold a commanding 6-2 lead. It's time to stretch here in Charlottesville, and we'll be back after the break.
Look to see the Tom Sox add a couple insurance run here.
Richardson is going to lead things off with a single as he hits that one to Jeff Taylor in center field. And just like that, Tom Sox already getting some action here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Create some 2-out production here for the Tom Sox as the leadoff hitter, Joe Fortin, is on deck. That one bounces off the foot of the catcher, Santiago, and Kamen Richardson will advance to 2nd. Mueller on deck for the Sox. And Ingram belts this one into left field. Going after it is Pedro Nazario, and that one is over the fence for a Tom Sox home run, a 2-run shot from James Ingram, the 9th hitter. Puts the Tom Sox into double digits. It is now 10-2 as Ingram rounds 3rd and comes into home.
I talked about it earlier. You may not see it when you look at him. He's smaller in size, but he is a power hitter.
Looking for his first strikeout of the night. He delivers, and that one is hit in the gap between 3rd and short. It's going to be picked up by Kamen Richardson, but a leadoff single by Joe Fortin to get things going here in the top of the 9th. As Furman gets set. Delivers, and that one grounded right past his feet, so Covington will score their 3rd run of this ball game to make it just a 7-run lead after a single from Antonio Brown as he makes his way over to first. First pitch from Nazario is on the way, and that one's going to be popped straight up by Francisco. Nazario right under it, and able to put a glove on it for out number 1. So quick out for Covington after pitching change and multiple defensive substitutions.
Trying to earn his stripes, right?
Trying to earn his stripes. Looks like Sam Crawford had to take a break after all of his hustling earlier in today's game, as a strikeout for Christian Holinka quickly ends the inning for the Tom Sox. Tom Sox still with a 7-run lead, though, despite multiple defensive switches for Covington. The score is 10-3. We'll be back with the 9th inning of play here in this decisive Game 3 in Charlottesville. Kingsbury gets set once again, looking for his first strikeout of the night. He delivers, and that one is hit in the gap between third and short. It's going to be picked up by Cammy Richardson, but a leadoff single by Joe Fortin to get things going here in the top of the 9th for the Lumberjacks. And Richardson also still in left field as Pedro Nazario, the number 2 hitter, pops that one up straight into the glove of Trey McDyer at second base for out number 1 of this 9th inning. So 2 away as Torres gets set. Kingsbury delivers this one chopped over towards McDyer at second. The throw to Mwale at first is in time for out number 2. So the Tom Sox now just 1 away from sending the Covington Lumberjacks home and ending their Valley Baseball League series or season. For Kingsbury winds up, delivers. This one is going to be chopped towards the shortstop, Fedgy Johnson. Athletic throw over to first, but the runner will be safe. And Wale with basically a split there to get that ball. And now runners on the corners for Covington. Still 2 outs for Kingsbury to work with. Taylor awaits pitch from Kingsbury. He'll hit that one into center, and that will drop in between Fedgy Johnson and the center fielder. Ingram looks to make a play at home, and he will be called safe. Almost a heck of a throw there from Paul Giacomazzi after allowing 2 runs here in the top of the 9th for the Lumberjacks. This one is grounded over to Francisco at third. Francisco, the throw to Mwale, is in time for the out. The Tom Sox take the first round of the Valley Baseball League playoffs. Covington's season is over, and the Tom Sox will move on to the South Division Championship, where the Stanton Braves await, and that series will begin tomorrow here. Don't know the location, still awaiting that, and of course rain is always a factor, so check our Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for updates on that. But the Tom Sox, after 2 days of rainouts, able to take a 2-1 win in the series, a 10-5 win in today's game.